Hi everybody, it's Melissa again. I wanted to get up one more video, a face of the day. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. As I said in my previous video, and I noticed in my previous video, it looked like I didn't have a top on but I had like a little tank top on, and my hair was covering it, so I changed tops. The first thing that I do after I put on my skincare products is I'm one of those, I don't know why, but I don't use a concealer. Well, I know why. It's because my skin has always been so oily and my makeup ran so badly that it would end up down here. So any concealer that I got, and I even would try to put like the eyeshadow primers underneath my eye, and it still wouldn't work. So what I do now is I take, it's Covergirl, it's the Compact Makeup Trublend, it's medium. Now I use the dark color. I don't like a lot of white under my eyes. So I take it and I do it all over as a base on my eyelids and then underneath my eyes, and then that's all the cover up I use underneath my eyes. And this does not contain any gluten, so I feel comfortable wearing it around my eyes. The next thing I do is I put on my foundation, and I have used this foundation for, well, since maybe it came out 20 years ago, and as soon as it came out I started using it then. It is really good. It is by Merle Norman Smart, and it is the Smart Finish Compact Makeup. It goes on like a cream, but then sort of dries like a powder, but it still stays creamy. So it's kind of, I don't know, if you've got oily skin you can wear it, if you've got dry skin you can wear it. It's just a really good foundation. The color that I use is Simply Beige, and I just take the little thing and just, go all over my face like that. And it's got sunblock in it too, sunscreen of 18, so I like that. And then the next thing I do is do my eyeshadows. Now, for a day, this is a Saturday, we're just hanging around, the dog, me and my husband, the grandkids have been over. I will just do a simple face. And so what I've done today is I've just used two eyeshadows. And it's from, right now, this particular one is Mary Kay. I like the little compact that you can get and put in there. Now, I wrote to Mary Kay, or I called Mary Kay about their gluten, because around my face, and especially on your lips, you just can't use, if you're gluten intolerant, you cannot use any gluten on your lips. It does contain tocopherols. I believe that's the way it's pronounced. Now, tocopherols can be derived from wheat germ. Now, there's a lot of controversy about it. Some people feel like that it's been processed so much that any gluten contaminants are already out of it. Sorry, this top is driving me crazy. I need to get higher tops, I think. Anyway, and so some people won't touch it at all. I tend to use it to see if I start getting sick from it. But right now, I'm doing okay with this. This, like I said, contains tocopherols. And the first I put down all over the eyelid and up on the brow bone is this color right here. And it is Moonstone, Mary Kay Moonstone. So I'll put that all over both eyes with just a little applicator that comes with it. I'm not using a fancy brush. And then after that, in my crease, I use this little guy right here. It's Espresso. It's kind of it's a brownish, it's a real pretty color. And they're both, well, this is a matte and the Moonstone is kind of a shimmery, but it's I don't know, it doesn't have like glitter in it or anything like that. And so I use the little brush that comes with it to put on the eyeshadow, and I put it up underneath here. And then I will kind of wet the brush and then do it underneath here. So I do those two things, and that's all the eyeshadow for this particular face that I have on. Then next, I do the, and I don't think I have it with me, the Jordana well, I showed it to you in the last video. Anyway, the Jordana eye pencil, and I use it for the tight lining, and then on my waterline. I got it at Walgreens, and it was recommended by Peggy. From my last video, I explained who she was, and I really like it too because it stays. Okay, next then I'll just use on this particular face a bronzer, and in fact I don't wear blush too much anymore as I've gotten older. I keep trying. I did the NARS and just all the pretty blushers that I used to use when I was younger, and they just don't look right on me anymore. I don't know. So just a plain bronzer, and what I do is just, you know, and I'll up here like that. That's all. And it just seems to suit my skin better now since I've gotten older. So after the bronzer, well, before the bronzer, then I'll do my mascara, just my eyelashes with eyelash curler, and then use the Lancome Definicils. I usually use black, but Tammy from Uppy's Beads suggested as we got older that maybe we wanted to try the brown. So I did, and I can't tell a lot of difference. It still makes my eyelashes look fairly dark, so I like it. I like Definicils. I've used it for years and years. It does not have gluten in it. So I feel very good doing that. Okay, next is my lips. Now, people that are gluten sensitive, you have to be extremely careful when you use your lip products, because you can lick your lips, eating. You can ingest gluten from any lip products. So I have really done a lot of research and had to get rid of some lipsticks. The MAC products usually contain gluten, especially their eyeshadows. In fact, their satin eyeshadows do, but some of the rest of them don't. I'll have to do a review on that later on. But the lip liner that I'm using is, it's actually Elizabeth Arden, and the color is natural. Now, for years and years before I had to go gluten-free, I used a MAC liner, Spice, the one that was so popular. And so I went to the Elizabeth Arden counter. This is the one, it's natural, is the color. I went to the Elizabeth Arden counter. I went to all the counters in the department store. And I said, may I see your list of ingredients for all your lip liners? And they said, sure. So I went through, and the only one that I could find that was gluten-free was Elizabeth Arden, and it is well, it's just the kind, you don't have to sharpen it. And like I said, the color is natural. So I would really recommend that if you cannot have gluten, because I have not had a bit of trouble with it, and I've used it probably about a year. But yeah, highly recommend that. And then for my lipsticks, I use some Lancome lipsticks because they do not, and Lancome's really good about getting back to you if you write them and letting you know about gluten in their products. I really like, I use a lot of their stuff. But I found a color that I liked real well from, let's see, this is Maybelline. And it's the 14-hour lipstick, and I carefully searched the ingredients to find out if it had gluten, and I did not see any gluten with it, and I've had no problems using it. The color has rubbed off. I'll see if I can find it again. It's kind of a coral, but it's their 14-hour lipstick, and it really lasts, and I like it a whole lot. So that's my makeup that I have on right now, that I have for the day. Sometimes I wear this look to work, sometimes not, and sometimes I experiment around. So next time maybe I'll talk about my skincare that I've used for off and on for years, and the different ones that I found that work and that don't work, and what I think about retinols and Abaji and all the different products. So until then, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.